Hey, John, what are you doing?
Carolyn, Duncan and Aviva are coming up to go hiking with us this weekend over the 4th of July. I can't find my Maine bug spray. I've got Alabama off, I got son of an itch. I can't find my Maine bug spray.
Huh. Isn't this Maine bug spray?
No, that's my Maine bug spray. I'm looking for my Maine bug spray. You know, like the state we're in right now.
Will this work?
You found it. What would I do without you? Welcome back, everybody, to the Grand Shamrock Tour.
Yes, in this beautiful state of Maine.
And speaking of Maine, this particular episode does come with a warning. May contain sick content. Viewer discretion advised.
Well, they should be advised that this was actually one of our best weeks ever.
Oh, and that week started when Duncan and Aviva decided to load up into Janet and hightail it up to visit us here in Maine.
Well, yeah, Janet, the Honda Element, you mean.
Yeah. Janet is the affectionate term for Duncan's blue Honda Element, which has served him well in the wilds of New England.
Well, it certainly has. And loading up the 2 bikes and them, what a wonderful weekend.
Yeah, but they weren't going to get any more bikes or any more people in her, so we decided to take everything out and load it up in the Big Mama Jamba and head over there to Skoodic Peninsula.
What a beautiful coastline. I mean, everywhere you go, it's gorgeous.
Yeah, and it's still part of Acadia National Park. It just happens to be the very unpopulated part of Acadia. All the same features, carriage roads, the one-way roads that go along the coastline, and if you look over those, over your shoulder,
well,
you're about to see.
watch out for porcupines.
You better watch out for porcupines. There might be something. There's a lot of wild animals out there.
Yeah, I'm always looking for a moose.
Yeah, well, we're gonna keep looking for moose. Yeah. So we told you last week we had this great trail guide, and he decided that we were going to go see the Cutler coast.
Oh, and I wouldn't have thought about that, but the Cutler coast is just gorgeous.
Oh, it's
really
the bold coast of Maine, America's coast, and it is just, we walked through a rainforest to get there.
It was
a real rainforest. It was raining pretty heavy.
Yeah, pretty damp.
We got out there to the coastline, and we were treated to just beautiful vistas, beautiful rock ledges, scenery, and we were able to kind of wander our way down to a little bay for lunch that day.
Yeah, and what a wonderful, wonderful day we had. But so close to Lubec.
Yeah.
That you had to go.
Well, and they're a lot of fun. They've been watching our videos, and they said, you know, how close are we to that lighthouse? I said, well, we're only about 6 miles that way. Want to go see it?
Yeah, it wasn't as beautiful views as we had, and the ocean was certainly, the tide.
Well, the tide had gone out, but boy, the fog had come in, and it was beautiful. And while we were there, we might as well, since the tide's out, we might as well just run over to Lubec and see that area of the country. The first time for them, well, we'd been there before.
That's so true.
Yeah.
You know, John, what I love the carriage roads, but even better could be those rails to trails.
And you know, there's a whole network of rails to trails just on the other side of Ellsworth here.
Yeah, there's some 80 miles worth of trails to ride bikes on.
And we went out there looking for moose.
Yeah, but what we also looked for was we were going to hike the Tunk.
You mean the tick?
No, it's the Tunk.
That's not what I saw.
Who was that blue stranger?
He was the tick.
Different kind of tick.
Oh, okay. Well, when we got there, at Tunk Mountain and Tunk Lake was the sign that said you needed to look for ticks.
Oh.
So, you know, I've been looking for ticks.
Oh, yeah. Well, for the last 3 weeks, we've been looking for ticks, actually.
We did get an opportunity to go out in that remarkable hike, which had waterfalls.
Oh, yeah. Waterfalls, it had rock scrambles, and once you got to the top, it had views that were really, really great that day.
Really beautiful. I mean, sometimes we luck out where the clouds were breaking just perfectly when we got to the top and looking around.
Yeah, I think I counted at least a dozen lakes from that location.
I was too busy looking for ticks. Here we go. Tunk Mountain on 3. 1, 2, 3. Tunk Mountain! Woo!
What a great way to spend our weekend with Duncan and Aviva.
Very valuable.
very valuable. And we ended it on a game.
Oh yeah, we played the game Cascadia. Duncan brought up the game Cascadia for us, and you build your little environments and ecosystems, and that's how you score points.
And you get to collect a moose.
Yeah, there were moose and bear. Well, that's
and I have an Amazon link to it right here.
We have an Amazon page?
Well, we do now.
Wow. Well, we do now because the other thing that happened this week is we met a very popular YouTube couple called Travels with Delaney. They were here in the park. They had seen some of our videos, and Patrick reached out to us and said, you guys, you got something there. It's pretty special. And he and Patty have been so wonderful and supportive, and they gave us some good direction too.
We have definitely learned a lot, and their kindness and generosity, I just want to say thank you.
Yeah, so Travels with Delaney
really
put a link to our videos on their page, and all of a sudden we're blowing up the internet.
Well, I don't know about blowing up the internet, but we will be on a podcast.
Oh yeah, they put it, and we did a podcast that's going to come up in a week or two, and so we're just really grateful for people like that. I mean, they've been wonderful stewards of the RV world for quite some time, but they're real people, genuine people, who were just generous with their time and their effort and their energy to us, and so we really appreciate that.
Yeah, but I'm going to jump into riding our motorcycles.
Oh. Wow, nice jump.
Yeah.
But you know where we went to that day? We took off down the coast to Belfast.
Oh.
Not Ireland, Belfast, Maine.
Yeah. There's a lot of nice small towns in Maine, you know. I like the one that we stopped for lunch.
Camden?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Camden was beautiful. It's this wonderful little inlet that was full of schooners. We had a nice park we landed on, and I took the opportunity to throw the drone up, give everybody a little bit of a bird's eye view.
Just gorgeous.
Yeah.
And there's just so many of those around. We did make it out to my last stop that I wanted to go to, and that was Rockport.
Yeah, Rockport was, I believe it's the lobster capital of the world. Am I not right?
Yeah. Oh, there's a lot of lobster in Maine, so that could be anywhere.
There would be a lobster fight as to who's the capital if you were to really lay it out here in Maine.
And lighthouses.
Yeah, there's quite a few lighthouses, and there was one out at the end of that 1 mile breakwater there in Rockport.
Yeah, I don't necessarily like hiking in my motocross boots, but you know, it was interesting.
Now, we didn't bring our hiking boots, so we had our motorcycle boots, and so let's just go ahead and hike out. The breakwater is just a really remarkable piece of engineering. It goes out a mile, almost perfectly level. Obviously, cracks, and you want to be careful, but it was really something. Take you all the way out to that lighthouse at the end, and then we had some views out there, and then we still hightailed it home.
We've got so much more. We've got one more week here in Maine. And
looking forward to it. We've
got a hike. We're going to do the Beehive. We're going to ride the motorcycles.
Yeah, try to get one Cadillac one more time. There's a few more hikes, a couple more rides, and there's so much that Maine offers, and the people here have been just wonderful. The real Mainers really want you to appreciate what they know, and they have given us great advice, great places to go and see, including all the way down in Deer Isle, which I think we're going to take the bikes down to next week.
Yeah, looking forward to that as well.
Yeah.
But then on that note, John, travel safe.
And we'll see you out there on the road.
I'm the landscape you need to see. You are the artist I'll never be. I'm so sorry I never stay. Overreact and just walk away. Take me back to the place I know. I have the power to let things go. I'm so lost I can't see the shore. You know what that means, we've been here before. I lose my self-restraint. I think we're done, then you add